Hello, I know it's been a little bit. I don't even know really how to start this video because it's been like 3 months since I've done like a face-to-face thing. But I kind of want to do like a little 5-minute, hopefully, reflection of my NSC 36 and internationals. I won't really get in specific of races on certain scenarios, just kind of, you know, my thought process and everything behind it. Starting off with NSC 36, I guess, like I said in my post, the theme is, it was, you know, we started not so good but ended on a high note. It kind of went like a, we're going up, and then went down a little bit and then went up again. Still placed in this 2 sprint races. Didn't do as well as I wanted to in the 100, but again, they're all fast girls. This, you know, generation is really, it's not just, you know, completely, you know who your top 3 is gonna be. It's gonna be a mix. I just knows for me, I have to go back and I have to go back to the drawing board and look what I have to do to fix things. But I was very proud of ending how I did in the Grand Champs race, getting up second, because I don't think even myself, when that race started, that I was gonna get second in the race with all how fast and strong all these girls are within NSC. And so that was NSC 36, but then going into internationals. First day, after the first day ended, I was angry, I was annoyed, I'll admit it, you can see it on my face. But I'm human, because those things happen. It's racing, it's over, so no hate towards anybody, really. You know, in the moment when it happens, you're angry, you're annoyed, you're irritated, whatever it is. Next day, it's a new day, you have to move on. So I kind of think of it like, well, as a quote for people that watch Ted Lasso, you know, be like a goldfish, forget it, it's over. So next day we had the 500, did everything I could, ended up second with it, and the 2000 got third. I know I made a little mistake in the race that could have cost me the higher medal, but I know the mistake that I made, and I know how to fix it for next time around. So again, internationals started not so good, but it ended more on a high note, because after the 1000, didn't know if I would place overall individually after that, but came back on a high note, placed third overall within it. But then on to relays. Relays first day was okay for me. Actually, I wouldn't even say okay. There were some things where I was irritated because I felt like I couldn't push to a certain point that I normally do. Like I couldn't, not stay up, it was just, there was something to me I felt I was just couldn't get going. So I ended up second, both 4 girl and the 2 girl. Again, I don't like necessarily always finishing, because finishers always have more pressure, but you have to deal with that pressure. So within it, when I was the finisher, you know, if you're in the front and then someone passes you, it's like, oh, it's all your fault within it. But and that's what it felt like to me. But even though team counts, me, no, it is a team effort. You know, it's not just one person, and I always have to remember that, because I always put pressure on myself, because I look at my individual performance, even though it is in the relay. So I do have to look at it as a whole in ways for that, and sometimes it's just like I look at me individually, but it's a team for that, and I have to remember that because I feel like I'm just letting my team down, which I definitely felt more on the second day. That's what I was doing. And I know in the 2 mixed, we had the second day, we had the 2 mixed, the 4 mixed, 3 mixed, and the 3-person final in the evening. So the 2 mix, the 3 mix, 4 mix all had rounds. What was annoying, unlike the 2 mix and the 4 mix, where you kind of could chill in your heat if you were like one of the top 3 teams, or 4 if you were quarters, is you basically had to run the 3 mix like a final. And we had to run that twice like a final, even before going to the final. And that was annoying in itself, because we were like, well, why don't we just do quarters and semis if we're already having 2 rounds in the first place for it? Because normally the way they want to do it is you go from heats and you go straight to a final, so you skip the semi. Well, that didn't really happen in it, so we were kind of more annoyed that it was still by time. So it was winner of your heat and time. That was what was more annoying for us, because we still did 2 rounds of it. And running a final within 30 minutes of each other, it's hard in ways, even though it is relays, because you're giving your all your 30 minutes to recover. So 2 mix, I was with Eddie. To be honest, we're kind of waiting just 2 more years. We have the classic 2 mix, so next year's our last year in the senior 2 mix. We didn't really expect to be in the final, but then there we were in the final for it. I don't think either of us really had our legs for the 2 mix, which for me, again, I was just more disappointed and irritated myself because I was like, I just couldn't get moving. And then the 4 mix, I felt the same way. It didn't have that extra push or something for it, and I felt like I was just disappointing my team. Again, looking at my individual performance and not as a team for it. And we did end up getting disqualified in the 4 mix anyways with a ride out or pushing or whatever it was. But again, looking at my individual performance, I was just really disappointed in myself. To the point, I went to the ready area, I sat down for like 2 minutes or something, took my skates off, and then I went over, I just started talking with Paige and Tora, and just kind of broke down. I guess I knew I was physically exhausted, but I guess mentally as well. I just had putting so much pressure on myself. I was disappointed, I was annoyed, I was irritated. So I do have to thank, them, Paige, Tori, Gabby, Jessica, Dave, Weber, for coming up and comforting me, after the races, for it. I do really appreciate it. Especially Dave coming up, saying, some words to me, that I really needed at that time. So then we had, not even like 20-30 minutes later, we had the 3 girl, which, again, I was putting pressure on myself for it, because everyone's like, you can place in this, you can win this, you can at least get top 2, whatever it is. I really wanted to win it, because we've won it in the past. I think it was 2021. That was like the one race that I wanted to win again. And when we won it before, it was with Hannah, and this year we have Sadhana. And so I just remember, I get on the line, I don't tell anybody, but I just get on the line. I said, if I win the start, I'm going and I'm not stopping. And I kind of just put that out into the universe, and that's what happened. I won the start, created just a little gap, and I basically, I yelled at Sadhana, because that was just me, pushing and yelling at saying something, and it was yelling. I was like, just go, don't stop, don't pace, just go. And the coaches caught on and were like, nope, we're just going. Cedar Rapids, 2021, all over again. And that was that. We ended up winning it, and Jalen crossed the line. It was just like, I guess it was like holding my breath, and I just went, like, it was a weight lifted off, and I was like, okay, I did it. I felt like I could, like, I gave everything in that race, and I was like, well, I still have 3 mix after this. This should be fun. So I was like, now it is more fun. I can relax a little bit more with it, because I felt like I didn't disappoint my team, but more I was not disappointed in myself for it. I wasn't annoyed, I wasn't irritated. I gave everything in it, even though I thought I didn't have it, and did it. 3 mix came around. We were fighting for a second with Wolverines, and then Dayton ended up falling. He thought after he fell that we were kind of like in 4th or 5th, but we were still in 3rd, because we created such a gap in the beginning from 4th, 5th, and 6th. So we still ended up 3rd with a fall in the 3 mix. By that time, I was just more having fun. I was like, let's just keep going, let's roll. I had it with Dayton and Cameron. It was a cool 3 mix, and that was kind of that. And that was my indoor nationals for it, I guess. And I kind of like, I had the quote on my Instagram, and it just kind of resonated with me. I felt like I needed to go kind of through it and everything, and it was just, the quote that I had was, God lets everything happen for a reason. It's all a learning process, and you have to go from one level to another. And I was just kind of, maybe this is what I had, to go through. Now, focus is on Worlds, outdoors and Worlds, and that's what we're going for. So that was my indoor nationals reflection. Again, no hate for anything. If you're here and wanted to hear more of my feelings on the overall indoor nationals, not my personal experience, then that's on Skating Unfiltered, that you can go on Facebook page. I'll link that down below for it. I think it's episode 86 with Chris Kiesler on it. So go check that out if you want my full feelings on that. Other than that, I know I went really over. It wasn't 5 minutes, it was more like 7 to 10 minutes, but here we are. If you want me to do more, I guess, like reflections of my racing, if you want individual races that I've done, or just overall, let me know. If you don't want me to do this again, just say, Jasmine, don't do this again. It's all good. But thanks for watching, and see you next time, hopefully a lot sooner, not in 3 months.